pharmacokinetic. So far, we have discussed absorption and distribution. In absorption, by the process of absorption, the drug enters in the blood circulation, and through the process of distribution, drug enters in the tissues from blood. And in tissues, it shows its action. And now the drug has shown its action, the drug is no longer required in body. So the drug is to be eliminated. And to make the drug suitable for elimination, there is a process called as biotransformation or metabolism. So biotransformation, as the name suggests itself, is the biochemical transformation of drug that is carried out usually in the presence of enzyme. Main site of biotransformation is liver, but apart from liver, biotransformation can also take place in intestine, kidney, lung, adrenal cortex, and placenta. As we have discussed, through the process of biotransformation, drug is made suitable for the process of elimination. So the main purpose, the very purpose of biotransformation is to make the drug inactive so that it can be excreted out of the body. Because until and unless the drug is made inactive, it cannot be excreted out because it will be reabsorbed back in the urine formation process. But this is not the sole purpose of the biotransformation process. Some of the drugs are converted into active metabolite, and some of the drugs are converted from the prodrug form into active form, like levodopa. Levodopa is the prodrug. It is not active as such. It is converted into active drug in body by the enzyme, particularly dopa decarboxylase enzyme. One more drug, enalapril, that is the antihypertensive drug. It is also prodrug. It is made active to enalaprillate drug. Some of the drugs are active, but they are converted into another active metabolite by the process of biotransformation. For example, diazepam. This is the sedative hypnotic drug that is converted into oxazepam, that is the another active metabolite. So the diazepam and oxazepam both are active drug. But in case of levodopa is the inactive drug, while dopamine is the active. Apart from diazepam, amitriptyline is converted into another active metabolite, that is nortriptyline drug. Amitriptyline is the antidepressant drug. Other antidepressant drug is imipramine, that is converted into desipramine. Codeine is the opioid drug that is converted into morphine. That is the another active metabolite. These biotransformation process, these reactions are classified into basically two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. In phase 1 reaction, the drug molecule is degraded into different metabolites by the process of oxidation, reduction, and hydrolysis. The molecule is split. It is degraded. That's why these phase 1 reactions are also called as degradative reactions. These reactions are carried out by microsomal enzyme on smooth endoplasmic reticulum. The metabolite produced by phase first reaction are inactive, and when they are inactive, they are suitable for the process of elimination. They do not require to undergo further metabolism. But if the product metabolite of phase 1 reaction are active, they are still active, they need to undergo the next process of phase second reaction to make these active metabolite to inactive. So the metabolite produced by phase second reactions are always inactive, because this is the last step of the biotransformation process, and the biotransformation process purpose is to convert the drug inactive so that it can be exited out of the body. They are polar, they are water soluble, so that it can be excreted out of the kidney easily. Suppose if they are lipid soluble, they are water insoluble, they can be reabsorbed back. The phase second reaction, some chemical moiety is added to the drug. That's why they are called as synthetic reaction or conjugation reaction. The most common type of phase second reaction is glucuronidation. The other type are sulfate conjugation, methyl conjugation, or acetyl conjugation. These phase second reaction are carried out in mitochondria or cytoplasm by non-microsomal enzyme. Phase second reaction are oxidation reaction, reduction, or hydrolysis, which metabolizes different drugs. The name of the drug need not to be remembered at this time. Phase second reaction, glucuronidation is the most common type through which bilirubin, that is the endogenous molecule, undergoes. Other drugs are aspirin, paracetamol, morphine, and chloramphenicol. The drug undergoes through the process of acetylation are sulfonamide drug, hydrolysine, isoniazid, and para-aminosalicylic acid that undergoes the process of acetylation. Now we will discuss the different microsomal enzymes that are responsible to cause phase first reaction on smooth endoplasmic reticulum. These microsomal enzymes are cytochrome P450 enzyme. They are classified into different families, family 1, 2, 3, and 4. These family are divided again in subfamilies like A, B, C, and D. For example, in family 1A, 1B, 1C, and 1D. Again 2A, 2B, 2C, and 2D, so on and so forth. And these again enzymes are divided into different isoenzymes 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these microsomal enzymes are divided into different levels. Most common microsomal enzyme that is responsible to metabolize almost 50% of the drug that are used commercially is CYP3A4 enzyme. It metabolizes most of the drug, almost 50% of the drugs. Second most common microsomal enzyme is CYP2D6. It metabolizes 25% of the drug. CYP2C8 and 2C9, that metabolizes almost 12.5% of the drugs. Other microsomal enzymes are CYP2C19 and CYP2E1. CYP2D6 microsomal enzyme metabolizes 25% of the drug, which include antidepressant drug. D for D. CYP2D6 metabolizes antidepressant drug. D for D. Antidepressant drug are of two type. First type is tricyclic antidepressant drug and second is SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor drug. CYP2C8 and 2C9, they metabolize almost 12.5% of the drug, including phenytoin and warfarin. CYP2C19 metabolizes two drugs, omeprazole and clopidogrel. Clopi. Okay. Omi and clopi. They are metabolized by 19. CYP2C19. Okay. Omeprazole is the proton pump inhibitor which are used in treatment of peptic ulcer, while clopidogrel is the antiplatelet drug. CYP2E1 metabolizes paracetamol drug, that is antipyretic drug commonly used in treatment of fever. Now we will discuss inducer of these enzymes. Inducer means these drug or substrate which induces microsomal enzyme. When these microsomal enzyme are induced, so they metabolize their target drug at a faster rate. So their target drug are inactivated at a faster rate. So their active concentration in blood reduced at a faster rate. So these drugs, active concentration of these drugs are decreased in blood. CYP3A4, that is the most common microsomal enzyme, is induced by different drug. These inducer drugs are PPCR. P is denoted by phenytoin. Second P is for phenobarbital. C for carbamazepine and R for rifampicin. First three drugs, PPC, phenytoin, phenobarbital and carbamazepine. These three drugs are anti-epileptic drug. Rifampicin is used in treatment of tuberculosis, pulmonary tuberculosis. It is an anti-tubercular drug. So we have seen phenytoin is metabolized by CYP2C8 and 2C9 enzyme, but it induces CYP3A4 enzyme. So phenytoin induces CYP3A4 enzyme. Out of these four drugs, PPCR, phenobarbital and rifampicin, they also induces CYP2C8, 2C9 and 2C19 also. Okay. CYP2E1 microsomal enzyme which induces paracetamol, it is induced by chronic alcohol consumption. So the person who is taking alcohol for prolonged time, in this set of person, paracetamol shows its action less because paracetamol is inactivated at a faster rate in these patients. Now we will discuss inhibitor of microsomal enzyme. What is the role of microsomal enzyme inhibitor drug? They inhibit microsomal enzyme. So metabolism of their target drug is inhibited. So metabolism of their target drug is inhibited. So inactivation of their target drug is reduced. So these drugs will remain active in blood for prolonged time. So their active concentration in blood is increased. Inhibitor of CYP3A4 enzyme are erythromycin, ketoconazole, verapamil. Erythromycin is the antimicrobial agent. Ketoconazole is antifungal drug. Verapamil is calcium channel blocker used in cardiac morbidity. Grapefruit juice is an important example. It is the inhibitor of CYP3A4 that is given commonly to increase the active concentration of drug in blood because they inhibit the metabolism of the drug, because they inhibit CYP3A4 enzyme. So when they inhibit the CYP3A4 enzyme, metabolism of the drug is inhibited, so active concentration of drug in blood increases. Now we will discuss the consequences of microsomal enzyme induction. So when the microsomal enzymes are induced, so metabolism of their target drug also increase. So inactivation of their target drug increases. When their inactivation of their target drug increases, so their activity is reduced. So decreased intensity or duration of action of drugs is increased. For example, if a lady in the reproductive age group is taking oral contraceptive pill for contraceptive purpose, the lady has been suffered from tuberculosis and the physician has prescribed her rifampicin, that is the effective drug in the treatment of tuberculosis. Now rifampicin has the enzyme induction property that induces the enzyme CYP3A4 enzyme, and this enzyme is responsible for metabolism of estrogen and progesterone which are present in oral contraceptive pill. Because rifampicin has induced CYP3A4 enzyme, and because of this induction, estrogen and progesterone are metabolized at a faster rate in this lady. So the active concentration of estrogen and progesterone in blood reduces, and and this oral contraceptive pill may lose its therapeutic efficacy, and the lady may get pregnant. Second consequence of microsomal enzyme induction is, as we have discussed, some of the drugs are activated by microsomal enzymes. For example, paracetamol. This drug is converted into active metabolite by microsomal enzyme. And when microsomal enzyme inducer drugs are given, when the microsomal enzyme inducer drugs are given, they may increase the metabolism, they may increase the speed, to the conversion of active metabolite. So paracetamol is getting converted into active metabolite at a faster rate. So paracetamol may cause toxicity in patients who are taking the enzyme inducer drug. The third consequence may occur because of enzyme inducing property is tolerance. Carbamazepine, as we have discussed in the last slide, it is the anti-epileptic drug. It has a very interesting feature of auto-induction. Auto means self. So this drug, carbamazepine, induces its own metabolism. How it is possible? As we have discussed in the last slide, carbamazepine induces enzyme CYP3A4. And this drug, carbamazepine, is also metabolized by CYP3A4 enzyme. So carbamazepine induces the same enzyme through which it is metabolized, that is CYP3A4. And because of this enzyme inducing property, active concentration of carbamazepine is reduced over a prolonged time. So if you give carbamazepine for prolonged time in a patient, you have to increase the dose of carbamazepine to maintain the carbamazepine active concentration in plasma above the therapeutic level. So these are the consequences of microsomal enzyme induction. So this is all about biotransformation process. In the next session we will discuss elimination. Okay.